My name is Gregg Chapman. I'm the Director of Revenue Management for Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. So we're responsible for revenue management, or the day-to-day yield management, of the 32 Walt Disney World resorts, the 3 Disneyland resorts, and then we have 3 beach resorts. There's one in Hilton Head, one in Vero Beach, and one in Hawaii. So I actually got a job through just kind of a traditional means of having a background in accounting and finance, in forecasting of the revenue drivers at Walt Disney World. That means the room nights. Through that, I was finance support for revenue management, and got to know a little bit about what revenue management was. Got to spend some time valuing their new system, and then over time got an appreciation of that as well as the future for it. So at the time, it was a new industry, especially in hotels, and it was growing. So I just kind of went along for the ride with them as they grew and expanded. We have about, I'd say there's about 30 people who do revenue management, that again, for Walt Disney World and Disneyland. And then I have another team that's responsible for some of the more operational room assignment, inventory management. That's another 60 people. The revenue management team, they usually have some sort of analytic background. We have a few people who have math degrees, a few people have industrial engineering degrees. We have some MBAs, or other business degrees, but all of them have some sort of analytics elements to it. And more of that is being required as we move forward. I think one of the most important best practices that we've used a lot is the idea that when you're starting to do something, that you want to gain advocates as quickly as possible. So one of the best ways to do that is to look for quick wins. Don't wait until whatever you're working on is complete and absolutely perfect. A lot of times as you're going through a data analytics problem or a business analytics problem, you're evaluating the data, you're cleansing the data, you're putting it in different formats, and you're able to start producing reports and insights that are different than what have been seen in the past. So I think doing that helps you gain credibility with your clients, helps you get some advocates, and progresses the whole process. Well, one I think is probably maybe a twist on something that you hear a lot. You often hear that it's so important to have senior leadership support. And that's absolutely true. It is. You must have senior leadership support, or you're probably not going anywhere. But particularly in my industry, it's equally important, maybe even more so, that you go the complete other direction and you work and you talk continuously to those lower level people who are going to be maybe not the ones who are actually using the analytics solution, but the ones who are dealing with the results of it. Sometimes you're creating an analytic solution that's going to change the way business has been done in the past. And if those people are so entrenched in this is the way we've done it in the past and don't understand what you're doing, they can very quickly derail you and make your project fail. So I think one of the greatest things that we have found to help us along is spend a lot of time with the folks who are going to actually consume our process or our tool or our new decision making. Spend time, make sure they understand why we're doing it, and get them on board and identify people who can be advocates for us. Absolutely, that's right. Creating a culture of analytics and making sure it's broad, not just at the top levels, because a lot of times the people who are most senior leaders are flying at a level that they don't know and shouldn't know that level of work that's going on by their team. And if you're not engaging those people, you're not going to get very far. I've spent now, this last week, I've spent a lot of time here back on campus, spending time with the students in the graduate school as well as the undergraduates. And I've been incredibly impressed with the quality of student, the rigor of the curriculum, and the commitment that Alabama has to analytics. You see it in everyone's resume that I've looked at. Even if they're not in a really hardcore analytics focused area, they still have that base of analytics to them, and that really says a lot for the university.